In the late 1970s, a quiet American community trusted a teenage girl with the most precious thing they had, their children. She seemed harmless, shy, and responsible. Parents believed their families were safe. But behind that innocent appearance was a truth so disturbing that it shocked investigators and changed how society views trust and childcare forever. When authorities uncovered what was really happening, the case became one of the most chilling examples of how danger can hide behind a familiar face. This is the story of Christine Falling, a woman whose crimes shocked the world and left a lasting warning about blind trust. Christine Falling was born in Florida and grew up in a troubled household marked by instability and neglect. From a young age, she struggled with learning difficulties, emotional immaturity, and a need for attention and control. Teachers and relatives later described her as socially withdrawn and often misunderstood. Despite these challenges, she was frequently placed in positions of responsibility, particularly as a babysitter. In an era with fewer background checks and less awareness of psychological warning signs, her limitations went largely unnoticed. During her teenage years, Christine Falling became a regular babysitter for multiple families in her neighborhood. Parents trusted her because she was familiar, local, and always available. This access placed her in a position of power over vulnerable children, power that she was not emotionally or psychologically equipped to handle. What makes this case especially disturbing is that nothing about her outward behavior raised immediate suspicion. The crimes occurred quietly without witnesses, allowing them to go undetected for a frightening amount of time. As tragic incidents began occurring in households connected to Christine Falling, authorities initially believed the deaths were due to natural causes or accidents. However, patterns slowly emerged. Medical examiners and investigators began to question why so many unexplained tragedies were linked to the same caregiver. Law enforcement reopened cases, reviewed timelines, and conducted interviews. What they uncovered was deeply unsettling, forcing them to confront the possibility that the danger was not external, but already inside these homes. Under questioning, Christine Falling eventually confessed to her actions. Investigators noted her limited understanding of consequences and her disturbing need for attention. Her statements revealed a troubling mindset, shaped by emotional immaturity rather than calculated planning. The arrest sent shockwaves through the community. Parents struggled with guilt, disbelief, and fear, realizing that someone they trusted had caused irreversible harm. Christine Falling's trial raised complex legal and ethical questions. The court had to balance accountability with her intellectual and emotional limitations. Expert testimony from psychologists played a central role in determining responsibility. Ultimately, the court delivered a sentence designed to protect society while acknowledging her mental condition. The case became a landmark example of how the justice system handles offenders with significant cognitive impairments. Psychologists later explained that Christine Falling's actions were driven by a desire for control, attention, and emotional response rather than hatred or anger. Her limited intellectual development and lack of empathy created a dangerous combination. This case is now studied in psychology and criminal justice programs to highlight the importance of supervision, proper evaluation, and safeguarding vulnerable individuals, both caregivers and those in their care. The Christine Falling case changed how communities approach childcare. It exposed the risks of assuming familiarity equals safety and led to increased awareness about background checks, supervision, and psychological screening. Media coverage sparked national conversations about trust, responsibility, and the hidden dangers that can exist in everyday environments. Decades later, Christine Falling's story remains deeply unsettling, not because of spectacle, but because of how preventable it might have been. It serves as a powerful reminder that safeguarding requires vigilance, education, and awareness. The case continues to influence child protection policies and remains a cautionary tale about ignoring warning signs. Some crimes shock the world with noise, others do it in silence. The story of Christine falling reminds us that trust must always be paired with responsibility, and that protecting the vulnerable must never be taken lightly,